Hey everybody, here we are in an interesting location. Many of you will know that over the years we've done many trips to places like New York City and Tokyo to go and take ideas that we can then come and implement in our rooming houses. Well, today we have another of those, but this one is actually not in some kind of far-fetched city. It's actually a lot more domestic. But the location actually doesn't matter as much as what we found here. So what we found here, it's a great setup, particularly for rooming houses that focused on students. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn around the camera a little bit and run you through what this setup is and actually talk a little bit about the ideas that we have picked up from here and that we're probably going to be implementing in the next couple of rooming houses that we have of this type. So if I turn the camera around, you'll see, the typical setup of your sort of traditional kind of rooming house where we have, sort of your double bed over there, and then you obviously have a little bit of art. This one particularly, they've gone a little bit off market because of the market that they're going kind of after, some pendant lights and things like that. You have a window, which obviously we have in every single one of our rooming houses. And then we have this little piece of furniture there, which, to be honest, is kind of what has attracted our attention a lot, because it's sort of an integration between a small kitchenette, which for students is important, but not critical, as well as the wardrobe. So let me run you through it. So obviously you can kind of see here, you have countertop, kettle, toaster, all the typical stuff we have, and then under here, a little bit hidden under this particular cover, it's the fridge. So that's kind of part of the typical stuff that we kind of see in kitchenettes. However, as we go to the side, then we find a few things. So there's a fair bit of storage up there. This cabinet here on the right that you can see there, it's a wardrobe. However, it is not your typical wardrobe. It's kind of more like a storage thing for the things that you want to see. You can't probably see it here from the video. Let me get a little bit closer. But just over here, you can see there's a hanging rail. And that's what this space is. So they're almost turning your wardrobe, your pieces of clothing, almost into part of the decoration of the property, which we are actually seeing more and more, particularly in trendy cities. And then obviously here at the bottom, one of the questions we get all the time is, where the hell do I put my shoes? They solved that by putting a massive set of drawers there to kind of put shoes on. And then here on the right of the studio, you'll see this one particularly set up with a TV. Although in all honesty, we're actually now thinking we can double purpose that TV as a big monitor for people working on their computer. And then obviously down here you have a desk. Now this desk is massive, right? It's actually bigger than many desks in many offices in corporate Australia. So it's perfect to do study. You can see there's a little kind of lamp there, kind of plenty of power points to connect laptops and computers and chargers and things. And then there's a little bit of storage just over here to kind of cover things like, books or stationery or things like that, right? Again, very, very interesting use of furniture. We actually see these as a very, very good way of kind of using the space without feeling cramped at all, but providing some of the same facilities that you will get in a kind of much bigger studio in some of these cities. This one has carpet. We probably will never put carpet on a student accommodation or in a rooming house for that matter. Then here on the side, there's enough space to then put a couch and a table. I don't particularly like the angle of this. It's actually not looking towards the TV, which is where most people will do it. But, we can design around that. And yeah, the other thing that we have seen here, which is a little bit different, is the bathroom. Now, bathrooms are tight, so I might not actually be able to get there and show you kind of all the details of this place. But I want to show you this particular piece, right? As you can tell in the shower screen only goes part of the way. And then just over here, there's a big stud wall with tiles on it and a little bit of a niche to put things like toiletries and things like that. One of the things we're doing right now, we're actually working on a design to do exactly that. By repurposing the resources that we normally will dedicate to a shower screen and turning them into a tile wall with a niche, we achieve two things. The first one is it's easier to clean, it's easier to maintain, it's definitely going to last longer, but also it allows kind of less damage and less maintenance over time, and it obviously provides the convenience of having somewhere where to store your toiletries and your kind of cleaning products, and for those who use them, things like beauty products and fashion products as well. Anyway, I thought it makes sense to kind of show you this particular place here in Australia that has a whole bunch of ideas that we can then go and implement in our particular rooming houses. We are working very, very closely with our kitchen manufacturer here in Australia. As you know, all our joineries manufacturer here in Melbourne. And we're going to be able to go and create things like this, where we integrate the different functions that are required inside a rooming house in a much more compact and a much more modular basis to provide more amenity for the people living here and a much better return for the investor. That's all I have kind of for you today. Thank you very, very much for paying attention. Hopefully this was useful. Stay tuned for so many more of these videos. We're super keen to share the exciting finds that we go and the evolution of the Stone Horizon investment model. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. We monitor all our comments. We try to respond to as many as we can, and we'll see many of you very, very soon.